Hey everyone, welcome back to the old YouTube channel. Back out in the garage here, working on. We'll be working on this old Pontiac today. Yeah, I'll start the old video off with we've got some parts here for this car, so we'll unbox these things, and then the other thing we're going to try to do too is we got that. You guys seen we grabbed that that 6-liter. I kind of went ahead and kind of got it back like all engine-y looking here now. So we'll so yeah, this video we'll get these parts unboxed and see what because I think we got some engine mounts and stuff in there that'll help us. And I think this video we'll try and get this engine mounted in there, see how it looks. Kind of excited about that. I think it'll look pretty tough. And we'll be getting a transmission here soon too, so that'll help us get that mocked up. So anyways, let's go ahead and get rigged up here, and we'll open some of these parts and we can see what we got to work with here. All right, so let's see what we got here. I just kind of shoved the stuff over here so we can look, but most of the stuff, well, all this stuff here actually just got off of Amazon. But anyways, and then I haven't seen the stuff yet, but the fellow who dropped them off, he opened it up and took a look, of course, make sure everything was there that was ordered and stuff. So anyways, we got a brake master cylinder here, and some fittings and stuff to make that work. We got that. Got here, I think these might be yeah, so these are the motor mounts. It should just bolt right to the LS, then I'll have to mount them to the car. They're kind of, when I looked them up there, they're kind of universal ones, so they'll be nice. We'll get those babies. That'll help us obviously with this project here today. Yeah, this stuff here, I think what we got here is just a couple mufflers, and I think we got here a universal. Let me check this one, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, so we got a crossover, got an X pipe here, so we got there. Oh, here we got so we got a wiring harness. Won't need that baby for a little while, but I don't know if you can see there. So yeah, so here we got a little wiring harness we'll need soon. And oh, this baby here, remember now, it's so yeah, we got the transmission mount, because we'll probably need that real soon as well. And the last thing here, of course, I know what this is. This is we were able to snag a little steering column here. Of course, we'll need that. We'll need that baby soon as well. Seems a real nice little column here. So we've got some stuff to keep us busy. We'll go ahead and get working on this. Like I said, hopefully, they even send us a little. Have to just get a steering wheel that fits that, so should be nice. And yeah, like I said, this video hopefully we'll try and get this engine mounted in. All right, so I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my handy little engine stand, get it all set up, and then we'll get it all set up. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and just lift that motor, put it down in there, and just see what it looks like. See how close everything is, and just see what it looks like. Just see what it looks like in there, and then I'll know what I'm kind of working with. But anyways, I'll go ahead and get this all folded out and get it ready to go. I just go ahead and use these axle straps. I like how they work. They're whatever. They're kind of soft, so that less chance of damage and stuff. But anyways, so that's what I'm gonna use. All right, this baby's hanging there. Cool. This manifold, I got to get new gaskets and everything anyways. But it's loose because it was hitting the stand, so I couldn't tighten it. So I'll snug it up. I want to keep them on so I know room-wise I'll go ahead and fish through my little bolt bin there for, I keep a bunch of bolts for LS engines and stuff for this kind of reason, but, and I'll find the appropriate bolts to get those motor mounts put on there. So yeah, like I said, I'll dig through I keep these little bolts here, dig through, I think it's these ones. Okay, so it wasn't the ones I thought, it wasn't these guys here. But I did dig around another pile, found these guys. So I only found 7 of them. I need 8, but 7 of them will get me by for now, just to get it mocked up anyways. I'll find another one somewhere. But anyways, let's go ahead and get these babies mounted up here. All right, yeah, so there we go. Actually pretty decent mounts for what they were. They for the price, they were quite cheap, so I think they'll work good. Okay, so yeah, I got that done. This car lifted up a bit and shove that in there, see what it looks like. Baby barely fits. And I can see I got a problem here already. My crane ain't gonna reach out far enough to get that set in there. Yeah, I might have to come in from the side. I'll try that anyway, see how that works. Still, just barely, a little awkward here, but I think it'll go. It always seems like you got a ton of room till you put the engine in, and then your room just disappears. I don't know, it's fitting not bad. Got a lot of mucking around, a lot of tweaking and wiggling, and I think the hard part was going to be the exhaust, but well, I think was going to be the hard part. But anyways, I think it's clearing okay. I think the exhaust is going to be okay. Anyways, where it exits, but power steering is going to be tight. All right, so I went ahead and pulled this engine back out. I think what I've decided to do is take a look at the car here. I've decided to go ahead and pull this front end off. I had to get Barbie to come out and help me pull that front end off, just kind of awkward to lift. So got this working. I shoved it in here, but I'm working at a good height now. I do want to keep it as far back and as low as I can. I mean, I got to be cautious. I can't tub it out too much for the transmission because the seats and stuff, don't want to start trying to modify them beautiful seats that are already upholstered and stuff. So I just have to make it work. I have to get it in there. But yeah, and then the power steering is going to be the issue a little bit. It's going to hit the mount here a little bit. You can see that there, because I have to also sneak the steer shaft past there too. So, but we'll make it happen. It's just going to take a little bit of ingenuity and a little bit of mucking around. So I went ahead and took the power steering line off because that's what was really jamming me up. And then I just kind of been twisting it around, wiggling it around, and I've been going ahead and measuring a little bit just to get it kind of centered and stuff. But so far, I think that's roughly about where it's going to sit. I wouldn't mind getting that transmission just so I can measure. But yeah, so roughly I think that's where it's going to about sit. My concern was the steering, but I think I'll be able to sneak through. I can manipulate these lines and stuff out of the way, but I think I can sneak through with the shaft there and get it up to where it needs to go. Yeah, so the other dilemma I'm dealing with too is I don't want to get that. I want to get it low, but I can't be too low because I don't want that oil pan to get, so that it hits the ground and stuff. But got lots of room for the exhaust to go. So if that transmission works, then we're laughing. Then it's going to be real nice. But it's going to fill that little engine bay up, but it'll look good. I think it'll be cool. And I think it's going to make this little car really, really shred. So it should be a lot of fun. Yeah, so we're looking pretty good. And then I'll have to build some mounts and stuff. And we got lots of room for the steer arm to get through. I'm not sure where the column's going to poke through yet, but we'll figure that out. The other thing I'm not sure if some of you might have noticed when I rolled it in and out, a couple things. had the back end jacked up real high. Well, that's because the tires that I got, they rub and it wouldn't roll. So I had to jack it up real high just so it would roll. The other thing is this one wheel is kinked real to the side here. That's the straight one. That's the crooked one. And I don't know how the heck it would have happened, but what it is this arm is super bent. You can see compared to that one there. So, but that's no big deal anyways, because I've determined, and I got coming some new spindles, but they're 2-inch drop spindles. So I don't have to try and adjust the height with the spring and stuff too much. So, okay, little update here. So we got a transmission. Got a nice turbo 400 there to throw in this car. So now what I'm seeing here though, lots of room for exhaust, lots of room for everything like that. But my problem is going to be the height of the transmission going through the tunnel. Because these sweet seats are already made, we can't bump the floor of the car too much because we can't get into that we can't get into that seat, right? So I thought I had the engine where I needed, but this is more like it. I think this is going to be closer to where I need it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to bolt the transmission up and start to clearance that tunnel. I might have to end up, because these LS oil pans are so deep, I seen online you can get a shallower one. I think it's longer to have the same capacity from what I've seen, and they're not horribly unreasonable price wise. A couple $100. I think I seen one. That might have been just one website. So we'll see what we can find. But because it's so low, I don't want that oil pan hanging down too low. So if you hit a bump or something on one of our rough highways here, or one of these frost heaves or something, we don't want to obviously smash the oil pan off. So anyways, I might have to end up having to do that so I can make this fit underneath without having to get that floor into the seat. I will keep it as high as I can to get enough clearance, as much clearance as possible, but might have to do that. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go ahead and lift this engine out of here, and I got that transmission. I'm gonna mate them together, get them bolted together, and start rolling it in there and start marking to get some clearance, and we'll see if we can get this all set in here and see how it looks. I got it kind of lifted in there, and it's actually good news. Like, I'll show you guys here. So I got this strap here because that transmission is just wanting to pull it back. So I wanted to hold it ahead. So it's where I had the engine. It's where I had the engine before. It's where I wanted it. You can see I got the blocks. Maybe you can see I got them blocks down in there. Anyways, that's kind of holding that front where I wanted it off of the cross member. Lots of room. I think I will definitely have to get a lower oil pan. And when I said longer, I meant the sump is longer. There's plenty of room down in there from between the sump and the cross member to have a longer sump, which is what that one looked like, to get the oil capacity. But the good news is you can see that transmission there, and I'll show you inside. What I got going on is I got a strap holding it up to here. That still wiggles, right? So this room. And I have to look. I don't know if I have the original hump, but the original hump might dang near fit that. It's looking real good. I was wondering. I mean, I would like to maybe build a hump anyways, but it's fitting real nice. Lowering that engine really fixed it. It's not nearly as bumped in there as I thought it would be. So pretty excited about that. Still lots of room for the exhaust and stuff. So yeah, so I'm just gonna double check. I think that space from the firewall is how I like it. Lots of room there. Like more room than this truck that this engine came out of would have had, even, to be honest with you. So plenty of room if you got to get to some, oil pressure sensor, whatever back there, right? Lots of room. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is I'm gonna go ahead and just measure up some stuff so I know where I got to put in the engine mounts. I got these. I got these guys here for later. I'll have to cut them to whatever size I need, but I'll put the mount in here so I can mount it. So looking real good. This steering is going to be close, but with the with them nice knuckles and stuff, I can get around that stuff no problem. I think I got a different. This is a hydro assist power steering pump. So if I think I have one in the shed, just the regular power steering pump, and then it doesn't have this tube and stuff, so I can make a little more room to get through with the steer shaft. So I think we'll make it work. I'm really happy, well, pleasantly surprised how that transmission fit in there. That's actually real nice. You can see that oil pan kind of below the cross member. So it's okay to be real close because we can protect it, but that's too low. So the one I seen, this oil pan's right 9 something inches. The one that you can buy, the low profile one, said 5.5. So that gains you quite a bit of room. And I'm probably going to go ahead and start making my motor mount so I can get that mounted, and then I'll have to build a transmission cross member, and we'll have an engine sitting in this thing. Once I'm done, you know, with the frame and stuff, the fella that owns this car, he's got a line on a sandblaster and stuff, so that he's going to take it quick and get this frame sandblasted, so it's all nice, and we'll get some paint on it and stuff. So anyways, I'm going to start working. I'm going to clean up the frame a little bit there where I need to, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this baby back in there, line it all back up. All right, so I got this lifted up. This old jack stand, or the lift, sorry, this engine hoist. It's good, it's nice, it rolls around and stuff, but seems like it takes an hour to lift that thing. Your arms get tired pumping it. But anyways, I got to lift it up. I'll get the car started. We'll shove this in there, and we'll see how it goes. Let me show you guys what I did here. So basically, I just took a lot of time, got everything centered up. I centered the transmission. That was easy to do because it was what it was, right? It's easy to center the tail shaft. The engine wasn't terrible to center. I used my plumb bob and stuff and a lot of measurements. Got that centered. The harder part was leveling the engine to the frame, but I got it. Lots of measurements, and like I said, I used my level on the frame, cross member, and the engine and stuff. So anyways, looking pretty good. I got her all leveled up, and this baby will be ripping before we know it. Just kidding, we got a lot to do yet. So, but anyways, that's exactly where I want it. So what I'm going to do is, I'll show you guys. You said we got these. These are what came with the kit. I'm going to go ahead and transfer these to cardboard so that I can make them fit. I can trim them and stuff, and then I'll transfer that template to these and trim them down. I might, because these back two are a little farther, I'll know once I make a cardboard one, but I might have to make a couple new ones for the back half of the mount, just because of the distance and the shape and stuff. But that's not a big deal. I'll just whip up a couple. The front ones will work for sure, but get them transferred, cut them out of some cardboard, make them fit good, and we'll get this baby tacked in here. Once it's tacked in, I got these all done, then it's kind of easy, because then you just, no more measuring. No matter what you do, you just put it back in, pull it back out, put it back in, whatever you got to do. So, all right, so I'm gonna fiddle around with this side first, just because it's a smidge easier to get at, and then go from there. So all I'm gonna do is, so you can see what here I did here. I just traced it. I'm gonna go ahead and try and mark this out. I think what I'm gonna do is just rough cut it out, and then just keep trimming it farther and farther back till I'm happy with it. Shoot. Well, there I went. I went ahead and trimmed it too much already, so I might have to, gosh, I might have to go ahead and make another one here, but it's not a big deal. Maybe I can show you guys kind of what I'm doing here. So you can see down in there, I'm basically just making that fit, right? I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll get you going here. Yeah, so yeah, just making it fit the frame down inside there. But as you can see, I already cut it too much. So I'll go cut another one quick, and I'll keep going. All right, so I've been fiddling around making these brackets. I'll show you what I got here. I'm filming by myself here, so I hope I got it zoomed in here enough so you can see. So went ahead and made these, one for the back side, one for the front side. I cut everything out with a zip disc and a grinder, so then, you know, it took a little while, but I got them. Like I said, hopefully you can see in here, but I'll kind of show you what I got going on. So basically that one will go there, and I'll stick my bolt through. I had it. There we go. Like I had it, I did try it earlier. Like I had it fitting. It's got to go. And then this one on the back, again, hopefully you can see here. I'll grab that camera and get closer, but then it should pop through like that. And then they're kind of sitting on the ledge. Yeah, I'll grab that camera and I'll get in here and I'll show you guys. So yeah, so you can see there, it's sitting on the ledge there. I'll get them, I'll just make sure they're nice and straight. That one's on the inside. Doing the same thing, sitting on the ledge there. So what I'll do is I'll just double check I didn't wiggle my engine around. Make sure these are nice and straight, and I'll tack them in there real good. And then plug away doing the other side. And then, there we go. And then, yeah, then we'll have a motor mounted. And then I can start working on that transmission cross member. So I like how they turned out. I did go with a little heavier. The other stuffs was 3/16, I believe. I should double check. But anyways, this is a little thicker. This is 1/4 inch. This is 1/4 inch. So it's gonna be a little tougher, and that's okay. But yeah, I'm really liking how it's looking. Like I said, I'll just go ahead and double check everything here. But I went ahead and double checked everything. So I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and got my little welder here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some good old tacks on there so it don't move around on me. All right, so yeah, so I got some real tough tacks on there. That ain't gonna go nowhere. So that's looking good. That'll hold my engine. I'll go ahead and basically just copy that other side, copy it on the other side, get those done. Then I can, oh shoot, I never thought. Worst case, I can unbolt it off the engine. If I can lift it out of there to get it out, but I think I can. But nevertheless, it's not a big deal. I can unbolt it off the engine, leave the engine mounts behind, and lift the engine out of there. So it'll be all right. All right, I went ahead and chopped out the other 2 tabs. Let me show you how it looks, and then we'll test this baby, see if it comes all crashing down. But I hope not. Okay, so you can see I got the other 2 tabs tacked in there. That's the driver's side. I had that one. I showed you guys that already. But let's get my handy hoist here. All right, you ready? Oh, mama. Well, we didn't have a catastrophic crash, so I think we're going to be okay. I'll put what I'm going to do quick is I'm going to pull that hoist back, and pull that hoist back, and we'll lower this down, and we'll see what it will look like with an engine. And then obviously I have to lift it out and stuff and finish welding them and build that transmission cross member. But anyways, let's get this thing loaded down and see what it looks like as a car. Okay, well, that's looking real good. That's about, well, like I said, the suspension travels, so that's roughly ride height, give or take a little bit, but Here, let me just muck with it just a little bit more. Yeah, like I said, probably right around there, give or take a bit, but I think this car is really going to rip. I mean, a 6-liter makes good power. We might do a little bit to this to make it a little peppier, but that's nice and low. It's probably going to handle pretty good. Starting to get excited. Starting to look forward to what this thing will do. All right, so I'm gonna pack it in here soon for the evening. It's getting a little late, but I want to show you guys a couple things that I went ahead and did. So what I decided I'm gonna do with this car is I'm gonna leave the engine in the way it is, and I'm gonna go ahead and build the transmission cross member. So while it's sitting, I may as well get that all done, and then when I pull the engine out to weld up the motor mounts, I'll be able to do. I'll just be able to do everything and finish it, and then when it's time, I'll just put the whole kit and caboodle in. So, but I want to show you one other thing I've decided to do here too. I took a manifold off. I took one of the driver's side manifold off to see how I'm going to do the pipe. So we're going with manifolds because the fella, this guy's car. So he just wants a nice cruising car that he doesn't have to muck with a bunch. It's going to be plenty peppy anyways. It's going to sound good. So we're going to go with manifolds so we don't got the leaking and the clearance issues, the burn and spark wires and stuff like that. So, but what I am going to do, or what I did start doing, I took to grinding. So these manifolds have the little tabs for the heat shields and stuff. I'm just going to grind them off, which you can see I already did on here. I went to town grinding on this. Took a little while, but and then I'm going to sandblast these just to make them look as good as I can. And then, because they're going to kind of be down in there anyways, you won't really see them, but I'll make them look as good as I can. And then it'll have, exhaust manifolds, nice, quiet, no leaking. Should be good. I'm going to be able to keep this cross member, I think. I've just been looking a bit where the exhaust is going to go and stuff, but I think I'll be able to keep that original cross member. I'll just clean this junk off it and stuff. And there I went ahead and put my transmission mount on just so I can see where I got to build my bracket, the cross member. I think it's going to be a dead simple cross member. Actually, it's going to be real quick and easy, and I'll have room to route. Oh shoot, I'll show you here. Yeah, so here's what I want to show you. So I got this X pipe, but so I think I'm going to cross the exhaust over, and that'll sit in here, something like that. And then I'll be able to X pipe it. Just because it's so low, I'm not going to have room to go, in the middle, underneath, anywhere like that. So I'm going to X pipe it over, and then I'll have a couple mufflers back here, and then we'll figure out where we're going to exit that exhaust. But it's going to look good. It'll sound good. When I get back to work on it tomorrow, I'll start working on that cross member, get that baby plunked in there, and then I'll have a mounted engine transmission, and we'll be looking good. And I did mention this old Bronco gas tank. It actually fits not bad. You can kind of see it up there. When the car is down, you basically won't even see it there. So I still have to decide if that's the route I'm going to go, use that. But I got it kind of, you can see I got it kind of strapped up in there just to see what it looks like. But anyways, I think that's it for tonight. So see you guys tomorrow. All right, everyone, back out in the shop here. I've been working away a little bit here. I'll show you what I've been up to. What I'm going to do today, though, is build that transmission cross member. We got that engine in. Before I pull it out, I've decided I'm going to pull it out to weld up the motor mounts and stuff. I'm going to put that cross member in, and then I'm kind of just done with that. So but what I did do, I went ahead and I was cleaning off these manifolds, the bumps, and cleaning them up and stuff. And I went ahead and threw them in my little sandblaster there. Got them all cleaned up. I kind of like how they look, and more importantly, they're going to be leak free and reliable, and not going to burn spark plug wires off. Not going to all that good stuff that headers give you. But because this car, it'll rip real good, I think, with this 6-liter and stuff. But more importantly, it wants to be a good, reliable cruiser. So, and even this one was a little rougher, a little more pitted and stuff. But I actually kind of really like how they look. Plus, you're also gonna not really see them when they're down inside this engine bay of this car, because we'll we'll make something nice here to make it look good. What I'm doing now is I'm gonna go ahead and lift this car up, and we'll get working on that transmission cross member. Okay, so I might have mentioned already, but I did get the exhaust X pipe and stuff, and actually there's a lot of room for exhaust and stuff. Lots of room here, so this will work out real nice. But so I guess my point is this transmission cross member is actually going to be super easy. It's going to be dead simple. It's basically just going to be, I got some 1.5 DUM with some plates. It's just going to run straight across, support that. It'll be nice and clean, and there'll be plenty of room for everything there. So, and from what I've kind of been looking and measuring and stuff, this cross member would be fine here. And I haven't decided yet. It'll work, but it's just kind of ugly. I mean, it's a factory deal, so that's kind of good, but it's kind of ugly, so I might replace it. I might not. I'm not 100% sure on that yet, but either way, if I decide to keep it, I'll clean it up and stuff, make it a little nicer, but kind of an ugly thing, but it will not, I don't believe it'll be in the way for anything. So, but we'll go ahead and start making some plates, and then we'll measure and get this cross member and put a little support and stuff. All right, so I'm going to start with, you can see here, I just laid it out, get a close shot. I'm just going to start making 2 of these, what did I say here, 3-inch by 4-inch plates, because I'll use this 1.5 inch, well, this is just a chunk I have left over, but we'll use that and we'll get that as the cross member. But 3 inches by 4 inches will be just nice. So I'll go ahead and cut out 2 of them, and I got to drill some holes in them and stuff. So, but that's what I'll do. I won't bore you with that. I'll just go get on the zip disc there and chop these babies out. And once I get them drilled and ready, we'll show you what we're doing there. All right, so you can see I went ahead and got, what I did was I made 2 of these tabs. I made one, used my handy transfer punches there, made another one. So what I think I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to go ahead and get underneath that car, measure where these go, get them drilled and tapped in there, and then I can cut a chunk of that tubing, mock it up, and get this cross member handled. But yeah, basically these will go to the frame. Have to decide where. Anyways, that's roughly where, somewhere around there. Put them in, and then that's mock them in, and then that cross member tube will go across, and I got to build a little bracket for underneath the mount itself. So I'll show you guys here what I got going on. This side I got lit up. So I went ahead and got these plates, both sides. There you go. Got them babies mocked up in there, measured up, squared up. So I went ahead and cut a chunk of this tubing as well. So basically what will happen here is this tube will go, so yeah, it'll center up, and then I'll have to build a tab off of it to go underneath the mount itself. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill and tap that, but for now, because I got to put behind these plates, I got to put some riv nuts or some blind nuts in there. But for now, I'm just going to drill and tap it because I don't have them right now. So drill and tap, and that'll hold until I can get the right parts, and then we'll get this baby mounted right up. Okay, well, I'm going to use my transfer punch again. My handy little transfer punches. Get them marked out. Hit my finger. What I went ahead and did here is I got some real thin washers just to space this one in a little bit, so that when I go ahead and weld that cross member in, it won't be too tight. I won't have to hammer it in too tight. Should be okay. Now it gives me just a little bit of wiggle room. But I will go ahead and measure and square this all up. Okay, while I was at it, I went ahead and cut a plate for underneath there. Sorry, you can see that. Cut that plate as well, so I can tack that in because I'm going to go ahead and tack these in now on each end. So, but once I get it tacked in real good, I'll pull this out, weld it up, because I want to put little braces on this tab as well. A couple little braces. But take it out, weld it up, then I can put it back in, and then we can kick everything loose and everything will be standing on its own until I'm ready to lift this out and finish welding. Even the motor mounts are plenty solid enough. And I even know, like I know that these are not right yet. I have to put those nuts in there and stuff, but they're plenty strong for what it is for now, just to hold it statically. So you seen how snug that was, even with those little spacers, those little washers in there. So that'll work out good once I weld it up. It probably will just be maybe be less than a 16th, be thousandths of an inch gap there, just to squish. Should be no problem at all. So then it'd be less fight to get that in there. So it's gonna work out good. So let me go ahead and get this welded up. We'll get it bolted back in there, show you guys the end result. So okay, so yeah, so there it is. I just kind of tidied up the ends, welded them up. And here's what I was talking about bracing it up. So kind of like a little pocket that'll sit in now. And it'll be plenty tough. So yeah, go ahead and get this baby installed and see what it looks like. Okay, well, there you have it. Got that baby installed. I like it. Looks pretty clean. Very simple. But I'll go ahead and let this baby loose because it should be sitting on its own power now. Right on. Just one last look here. See, I got that strap out. So it is actually sitting, exactly how it should be, solid, ready to rock. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do here before I end this video, so I went ahead and I got my some of these rib nuts, whatever. So these blind nuts. So got the tool to jam them in. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that cross member out, drill them holes. The thing called for a 1732, so I'm gonna drill that hole bigger, smash them in, put that cross member back in, and then we'll take a good look at this car. The other thing I started doing too is I started fiddling around, just kind of setting in and measuring for that steer column. So excited about getting that in there. That'll be kind of nice. But yeah, I'll get that baby plugged in there too, and then we can steer it around. And I do have some 2-inch drop spindles coming as well. And the reason for that is that the one spindle's bent real bad. I don't know why, but whatever happened to it. But anyways, I needed drop spindles to get a good ride height anyways, so that's 100% okay. Had to replace them anyways. And then after this frame and everything is all sandblasted nice and stuff, we'll throw some new ball joints, new tie rods. But anyways, I got this out. Let's go ahead and drill these holes bigger and we'll get them nuts in there. All right, so go ahead and tap these in. There. Well, that's all there is to that. You just give it the squish, and then you got the blind nut then, and you can go ahead and cinch it in. So it was a heck of a push, but we'll get them. I'll go ahead and pound the rest of these in, and we should be good. Okay, so got them babies mounted up. went ahead and got them in there, went ahead and bolted this cross member. Got this cross member back in here anyways. So yeah, so here we are. So that baby's permanent now. So there we are. There's this car real low. I lowered it low. It's a little bit, that's probably a little bit lower than it's going to be, but there it is. It's looking good. That baby fit in there. Some of it fit way better than I thought. Some of it fit real good. Like the transmission, all that stuff fit real nice. The steering's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but nothing too crazy. And yeah, that's nice and low. This car should handle real nice, and looking forward to get it running at least and see what it does. Like how it's looking. Like I said, that's about all I got for this video, all I'm going to do for now. So I'm happy with how it's turning out. I'll show you something else here too. I was fiddling around with the steer column here. I'll show you guys. So yeah, so I was fiddling around with this a little bit, seeing how it'll fit in there. It'll work real nice. I do have to go ahead and buy a few more parts so that I can get doing that. Hopefully I'll grab some parts here right away. Hopefully those spindles show up. Those aren't going to make or break me anyways, those spindles, but we'll keep trucking on this old car. I think it's starting to look good. I think I'm going to, some point soon too, and I think I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning the body up, just because I'd like to see what it's going to look like, right? So we'll do that. And then I'm hoping to get to work on this little cab over a little bit here soon too. And then we'll see what else, but we'll really keep pinning it on this car. Be nice to see this old girl rolling around this summer a little bit. But anyways, that's all I got for now. So please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.